You are a German planning a trip to America, maybe New York, maybe California, maybe a road trip through the middle of absolutely nowhere. Well, before you pack your Reisepass and your expectations, there are 13 things you really need to know, because if you don't, you're going to stand out as the confused German faster than you can say Entschuldigung. And number 5, yeah, that one could cost you actually thousands of dollars or euros. Let's start with the one that destroys every German tourist. Tipping. In Germany, you round up the bill. Maybe leave 10% if you're feeling ultra generous. In America, 18 to 22% on everything. I'm not joking. Your server at the restaurant makes about $2 an hour. $2. The rest of their income, that comes directly from you. So when your dinner bill says $50, you are expected to leave at least 9 to 10 on top. And it's not just restaurants. Bars, $1 per drink minimum. Cabs, taxis, 15%. Hotel housekeeping, a few dollars per night. I know what you're thinking. Das ist doch nicht mein Problem. But in America, it is your problem. Because if you don't tip, you're not being thrifty. You're being the guy the entire restaurant staff talks about for the rest of the night. And not in a good way. Quick tip for you, take the bill, move the decimal one spot left, then double it. That's roughly 20%. Pretty easy. And wait till I tell you what happens at the checkout. That one is coming. Here's something that will drive every German absolutely insane. The price on the shelf is not the price you pay. In Germany, Mehrwertsteuer is included. What you see is what you pay. Done. In America, sales tax gets added at the register. And it's different in every single state, sometimes even every single city. That $9.99 shirt could be $10.80 at the checkout. That $50 dinner I just mentioned, well, add 8 or 9% tax on top of the tip you're already calculating. So now your $50 dinner is actually $65. And nobody warned you. 5 states have no sales tax at all. Oregon, Montana, New Hampshire, Delaware, and Alaska. The other 45, surprise. Every German tourist's first American receipt is an experience and an existential confusion. But the tag said, yeah, welcome to America. Okay, this is the perfect opposite of what I told Americans about Germany in the last video. I said Germany shuts down on Sunday. Well, America never shuts down, ever. You want to buy television at 11 p.m. on a Sunday? Walmart is open. Need groceries at midnight? No problem. Some stores are open 24 hours, 7 days a week, 365 days a year. As a German, the first time I walked into a Target on a Sunday afternoon, my brain short-circuited. I kept looking around like, is this even allowed and legal? Where's the Ordnungsamt? There is no Sonntagsruhe here. There is no Ladenschlussgesetz. There is just everything all the time. Honestly, after 10 years living here, I still think Germany has the better system. But that first Sunday shopping trip, yeah, that was pretty amazing. Let me talk about portions. In Germany, you order a meal and you get a meal. In America, you order a meal and you get a meal for a family of 4. I am not exaggerating, people. Studies have actually shown American restaurant portions are on average 25% larger than European ones. And that's the average. Some places, it's double. Your schnitzel in Germany, the size of your hand. And American chicken fried steak, the size of your face. And here's the thing. Taking leftovers home is completely normal. They'll give you a box, no questions asked at all. Don't feel weird about it. Everyone does it here. Also, free refills, yeah, you heard me. You order a Coke and you just keep filling it up for free. Forever. In Germany, you pay €3.50 for a 0.2 liter Coke. And if you want more, you pay again. In America, unlimited. Your cup is never empty. This alone justifies the flight. Honestly, I think American portion sizes are better. And if you don't agree, fight me in the comments. Okay, this one is a serious one, and I am putting it at number 5 because I need you to pay attention. There is no universal healthcare in America. None. If you get sick or hurt and you don't have insurance, you are paying full price. And full price is extremely terrifying. A basic emergency room visit, $1,500 to $3,000 just for walking into the door. An ambulance ride, that can be $2,000 plus by itself. A broken arm with an x-ray in a cast, easily $7,000 to $10,000. A hospital stay for something serious, you're looking at $50,000 to $100,000 or more. I know Germans who have looked at American hospital bills and thought it was a phone number. Get travel insurance before you leave Germany. It costs maybe $50 to $100 for a 2-week trip. Without it, one bad fall, one food poisoning, one allergic reaction, and your vacation becomes a financial disaster. Ich meine es ernst. This is not optional. In Germany, you can go anywhere by train, bus, tram, or S-Bahn. In America, well, unless you're in New York City, Chicago, or maybe San Francisco, public transportation basically does not exist. Most American cities were built for cars, not people. There is no U-Bahn, no Straßenbahn, sometimes there's not even a sidewalk. You will need to rent a car. Your German Führerschein works for a short visit, but I strongly recommend getting an international driving permit before you go. It's cheap and it avoids headaches with rental companies. A few things here that might confuse you. Speed limits are in miles per hour. You should already know that, but it's a little bit confusing nevertheless. Not kilometers. Right on red is illegal almost everywhere, which I know makes every German's head explode. And if you see a school bus with flashing lights, you stop. All traffic stops, both directions. That is not optional. The fines are massive, and Americans take school bus laws extremely seriously for a reason. This one confuses every single German, or at least most of them. You'll walk into a store and someone will say, "Hey, how are you doing today?" with the biggest smile you've ever seen. And you'll think, do I know this person? No. You don't. You absolutely do not. They don't actually want to know how you are. It's not a question, it's a greeting. Don't start telling them about your flight delays or your hotel problems. Just say good, thanks, and move on. And it gets better. Americans will say we should totally hang out sometimes, and they most of the time don't mean it. Let's grab lunch. They will never call you. Oh my God, I love your jacket. They will forget your jacket exists in about 30 seconds. This is not fake and this is not a lie. This is American social operating system. It's warmth without commitment. Germans do the opposite. Cold on the outside, loyal for life on the inside. Americans are warm on the outside, and well, results may vary. Don't take it personal. It's actually quite nice once you stop analyzing it. Just enjoy the smiles, stop overthinking it, and say, "How are you?" back, even if you don't mean it either. I've lived here for over 10 years now, and I've become a hybrid. I smile at strangers like an American and then feel guilty about it like a German. In Germany, a 16-year-old can buy beer at the supermarket legally and all by themselves. In America, the drinking age is 21 for everything. Beer, wine, shots, everything 21. And they check. Oh Lord, do they check. Every time my dad visits, and he is 80 years now, he still gets checked when he orders a beer. And some places have a policy to card anyone who looks under 40. Do not go to an American bar without your passport. Your German Personalausweis won't work. Your German Führerschein probably won't work either. Passport, every time. No passport, no beer. Einfach so. And don't try to buy alcohol at a supermarket, check out, and hand it to your 20-year-old kid. The cashier will refuse the entire transaction. Both of you. I've seen it happen. The look on a German parent's face when their adult child gets denied a beer, unbezahlbar. In Germany, maybe 3% of all homes have air conditioning. In America, about 90% of all homes. And it's not gentle, people. Americans do not just cool their buildings, they turn them into freezers, especially in restaurants. It can be 38 degrees Celsius outside, and inside it's only 18 degrees. You walk in from the summer heat and suddenly you are in the Kühlregal at Aldi's. Bring a jacket. I'm serious. Even in July, even in Texas, bring a light layer. Movies, malls, restaurants, supermarkets, they all are Arctic. Your body will go through a temperature shock every time you walk through a door. Germans who visited Florida in August think they only need shorts and t-shirts. No, you also need a pulley for indoors. It makes no sense, but that's America. This is the one every German underestimates. Germany fits inside Texas, not America. Just Texas. One state. New York to Los Angeles is about 4,700 kilometers. That's like driving from Lisbon to Moscow. Americans will casually say things like, oh, only a 6-hour drive in Germany means you've crossed the entire country, passed through 3 other countries, and you're having dinner in a different language. In America, you're still in the same state and the scenery hasn't changed. Don't try to do New York, Grand Canyon, and Los Angeles in 1 week. You will spend your entire vacation in an airplane or in a car. Pick a region, explore it properly, and save the rest for the next trip. And remember, America has 6 different time zones. When it's noon in New York, it's 9 a.m. in California. Plan your calls home accordingly, or you'll be waking up Oma at 3 in the morning. I covered this in my last video from the German side, but it's even worse when you're actually in America trying to function. Speed limits are in miles, weather is in Fahrenheit, weight is in pounds, liquids are in gallons, ounces, cups, pints, and quarts. Recipes use cups as a unit of measurement. A cup? How big is a cup? Nobody knows. Everyone just has one. It never ends. Someone tells you it's 70 degrees and you panic because you think Europe is on fire. It's 21 degrees Celsius. That's a nice day. Quick survival guide here. Double the miles and subtract a bit of kilometers. For Fahrenheit, subtract 30 and divide by 2. It's not exact, but it'll keep you alive. And if someone tells you they weigh 180 pounds, just nod and move on. You don't need to know what that means at all. Before you even think about packing, you need an ESTA. That's the electronic system for travel authorization. It costs around $40 and you should apply at least 74 hours before your flight. Better is a little further out. It's valid for 2 years and it's done online. But here's the important part. An ESTA does not guarantee you entry. It lets you board the plane. The officer at the border decides if you actually get in. Since 2025, there have been cases of European travelers being detained or turned away, even with valid documents. Carry your biometric Reisepass, not your Personalausweis. That won't work whatsoever. Be polite at immigration, answer question honestly, and have your hotel address and return flight information ready. Also, check the Auswärtiges Amt website before you travel. They update travel advisories regularly. It's the same thing you do before visiting any country. Just be prepared, be informed, and you'll be just fine. Look, I just spent the entire video telling you about tipping and taxes and healthcare and confusing measurements. And I know it sounds overwhelming. But here's the truth. America is one of the most incredible countries you will ever visit. The landscapes are unreal. The Grand Canyon, the Pacific Coast Highway, the Rocky Mountains, Yellowstone, the skyline of Manhattan at night. It's breathtaking. And Americans, for all the cultural differences, are genuinely some of the warmest, most generous people you'll ever meet. They'll invite you to their barbecue. They'll drive you to the airport. They'll share their food, their home, their stories. You just have to meet them where they are. Every culture has things that seem strange from the outside. Germans stare at people on trains. Americans put cheese on everything. Neither of us is wrong. We're just different. And that's the whole point of traveling. So book the flight, get the ESTA, pack a jacket for the air conditioning, and tip your waiter about 20%. A few more quick ones, and that's not generalized, but in many cases, shoes stay on inside American homes. I know Americans wave their flags everywhere on houses, cars, shirts, swimsuits. Don't be alarmed. Free Wi-Fi is almost everywhere. Use it. American coffee is weaker than German coffee, but the cups are enormous. So it'll even out. And download the Uber app before you land. You'll need it. So there you go, 13 things you really need to know before visiting America. It's loud, it's big, it's confusing, and it's absolutely worth it. If you haven't seen my first video, 13 things Americans need to know before visiting Germany, check that one out right here. And if you want a part 3 comparing both countries side by side, let me know in the comments. I'm Mischa, a German living in the USA, and I'll see you in the next one. Tschüss.